I am Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Love Letters. Love Letters are a collection of love stories of people get lost, get crazy, and disoriented in the name of love. And today, I have my special guest. She is a podcast host like me, and of course, an author too, none other than Miss Chaya Garcia.
I,
Welcome, Miss Chaya on Love Letters. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
yes, so thank you so much, Daniel, for having me on. It is amazing to have such a great connection with you and your audience. So, my name is Chaya Garcia, and I help wealthy women attract and win in love because the truth is, dating can be confusing, and not knowing who the right one is for you can waste years of your time and so much pain in your soul. But if you have a blueprint on the exact healthy behavior and unhealthy behavior in men during dating, you really can attract your best one and pretty quickly. So that's what I help with.
Yes, indeed. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss Chaya, as a dating and relationship expert. So tell us, how have dating apps fundamentally changed the psychology of dating, from how we present ourselves to our perception of endless choice?
Dating apps, I think, are something to be staying away from as a general rule. I think that it's really important not to overwhelm yourself with just people and faces and opportunity without it being grounded in reality. So, dating apps are very like someone playing a video game, it's very based in fantasy. You don't know the person, you don't know how they sound, you don't know how they feel, you don't know their energy, you don't know if they make you feel safe, if they're aggressive, if they're calm, you cannot tell anything. And so it seems like there is so much potential because there's so many faces on the app. But the reality is, the same way when you go into a store or you go into a cafe, you're not like attracted to everyone. It's because there's a reality that you have an energy and a soul that can kind of assess who's right for you, who feels good to you. And so actually you have a lot less options than you think just because there's so many in the dating apps. So I think that it's important, if you're going to use them with like very little emotional attachment and primarily still pray to God to go out into real life places and situations and events and hope to attract them naturally.
Interesting answer, Miss Shaya. And how does it mean to be taking to someone into modern context? And how can people navigate this ambiguous phase with clarity and intention?
So, modern dating, to have clarity and intention, you really need to take time before you start dating and think about what would bring you the most joy in your life and what would be the non negotiables that would take away that joy. So, Warren Buffett, who's one of the richest men in the world, basically got rich by thinking about how do so many people make money, but then also lose money. So I follow that same approach. How can so many people get married but then not stay married? Or even the percentage that stay married are so unhappy. The intention and the clarity comes from getting to know yourself. What are my values? What are my belief systems? What's my culture? What's my faith? What do I want to teach my children? What do I want my partner to teach my children? What do I want my home environment to be like? Stay stable and safe, or chaotic and filled with drama. If you don't take time to get clear with your intentions and with what is most meaningful to you, especially in regards to spirituality and safety, then it's very hard to make sure that when you meet people, they are truly the match to your vision.
Miss Shaya, with seemingly infinite potential partners at our fingertips, how does this abundance actually make it harder to commit and feel satisfied?
I think commitment and satisfaction first come from ourselves again. Like, it's hard to commit if you don't feel like, A, you know what you want, and B, that you're fully ready to allow someone to come close to you. Vulnerability is the key to making a relationship work, which means you need emotional safety. But if you are so disconnected from yourself, and instead of processing your feelings, you're scrolling on Facebook, or instead of working through your emotions, you put on the TV, or instead of mourning a loss, you go drink a beer, then you're emotionally disconnected from yourself. And so you can only get so far in emotional connection with somebody else. It won't feel safe. And so you don't really want to commit to someone that you're not truly vulnerable and connected with. So the truth is, we need to really go back to ourselves and our shame and our dark spots and bring a lot of light to it so that we can truly feel safe with ourselves to make the decisions of who we want to be so vulnerable and close with that we feel safe committing to that long term.
Indeed, a commitment for sure. In an era of instant gratification, what does a healthy, gradual pace of building emotional and physical intimacy look like?
It really depends on the relationship because, and it depends on your culture and it depends on your faith. For me, I didn't touch my husband while we were dating. I wanted to get to know
Sacred.
him. Yeah, I really wanted it to be sacred. I was ready to get married. And I did not want to be confused. And I did not want to get emotionally attached based on physical affection, which once you're very physical with someone, you get more and more attached and connected that way, but it's not what sustains a marriage. So I didn't even touch my husband while we were dating. We just had really great, amazing dates where we got to know each other without the physical component. And so for us, dating took a lot shorter. And I got to know myself so well before I dated that I didn't need to date so long because I really spent years getting so clear on the values that I have that I want in my marriage. So once the right man came, I didn't need so long to figure it all out because I figured it all out and then he was a match perfectly to that. For other people, I think that you should try to wait to sleep with them because it's the best way to see if you have something that is deeper than connection that could be developed through intimacy because it's a false intimacy. Like sex might be intimate because you're close, but you can also do that with a lot of other people. So you really want to see if you're choosing a relationship for commitment, for marriage, for long term, if there's a foundation between you two and that he truly wants you for not only that part and component of the relationship, which can kind of blur lines and get things a little bit more messy than clear.
How can someone practice being vulnerable, sharing fears, desires, and past hurts in a way that builds connection rather than feeling risky?
I mean, the truth is, it's about understanding that every single person is 100% effed up and 100% lovable. Just because you've gone through something, just because something not good has happened to you, does not mean that you're any less lovable. So, that vulnerability and how to share those things is you first need to believe that you're not bad or less lovable or something's wrong with you because you did something wrong or because somebody did something wrong to you. And once you really get that belief system down by being kind to yourself and gentle with yourself, you won't feel so afraid of the rejection to connect with somebody that means something to you. Because the truth is, a really healthy person has space for vulnerability, and an unhealthy person doesn't really like emotions. It's very overwhelming for them. So, first, you need to understand that anything that you've gone through that you want to share, you're still lovable, and that the right person will have the capacity to truly hold space for that in a good way. And if the person doesn't have the capacity for feelings or emotions or vulnerability, they're probably not the right person for you.
For sure, lovable, lovable. And what is a framework of or for initiating a difficult but necessary conversation about needs, boundaries, or issues without triggering defensiveness?
I'm not sure if there's a framework per se. There's a framework that I have in regards of forms of communication, but I think the best one to start with before I'll give the framework is just consent. Hey, is it okay if we speak about like the thing that's bothering me? Is this a good time for you? And then be like, no, I just got off work. Like I need to finish this project or actually, yes, this is a great time. I think both women and men need to remember that you can't just show up in people's faces just because you need to communicate or talk about something. You need to ask consent. Is it okay? Is this a good time to talk about something that's bothering me? Yes or no? And then once the person says yes or no, now they've been allowed to come into the conversation with their desire or consent or awareness that it's going to get a little uncomfortable, but you have to kind of mentally prepare for that. So I think asking a consent question in the beginning is very, very helpful.
Truly helpful for sure. And Messiah, attract your stable, healthy relationship. Can you expand this phrase on your website?
Yeah, so most relationships aren't stable. And the word attract is because I work with women. And so you're not meant to find the guy. You're not meant to get all dressed up, looking very sexy and go find him. Like that's the opposite of feminine energy. It's the opposite of believing you're truly lovable. It's the opposite of understanding that a really healthy, good man who's ready to commit to a woman will approach you. You're not looking for all the men, you're just looking for one healthy man who's your soulmate. So I use the word attract, first of all, because women truly need to not go so worried and find the guy and go outside and get like anxious about it, hoping that somebody wants them or sees them or thinks they're attractive or finally will choose them. But just like, I love me, I got me. I'm going to just attract good people in my life and including the right man at the right time. It's a very different energetic space and mind frame. And then the stable part is because like I started most relationships, if they're not healthy and you don't have a right dating coach, they are very unstable. There's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. And oh my God, this is it. But then, oh my God, this is not it. And is this going to work? I think it's going to work. Oh my God, I really don't think this is going to work. Oh, he's totally there for me and he loves me. But where is he this whole weekend? He hasn't been by his phone and I haven't heard from him in 4 days. Oh, he finally called. Oh, thank God. But then he said that like there's so many highs and lows in addictive relationships. And so what I help people do is attract epic relationships, ones that are stable and healthy, where the man is able and wanting to commit, as well as is sober with a spiritual connection so that he can be consistent in his application of love and intimacy to the woman.
Well, consistency is always there, people, in everything, even love, projects, or business. Consistency is over there. Why is using I feel a statement so much more effective than you always statement during disagreement?
Because, going back to the framework, which I didn't finish that part of the question. So, the framework for communication that I created is called tidy, like to keep things tidy, like neat, TIDI. So, instead of a Y at the end, an I, TIDI. And it stands for tone, intention, duration, and I focused. So the tone is you really, really want to make sure you're not yelling. You really want to make sure you're able to connect with the person. There's so much research on how your tone impacts whether someone really hears you or not. And then intention, you really want to think, what am I trying to create out of this conversation? Like if you're just trying to dump on the person or yell at them or just tell them all your feelings, that's not really an intention. That's just like being very selfish. But if your intention before you have the conversation is to work it out, to hear the other person's side, to come closer at the end of the conversation, you really speak very differently. And then duration, keep it short. Most men and women can get very overwhelmed if it's just too much speaking, too much emotion, not enough two-sided, slow conversation. So keep it short. And then the I focus, like what you started off with your question, not meant to be you did this, you did that, you hurt me. It's I feel violated when you come into the house and not knock or ring the bell. I don't know. I feel violated when you do X, Y, and Z. I'm scared when I don't hear from you for 4 hours when I know you're done work and I'm not sure where you are. And then you allow them to understand you and go into your world instead of just attacking them where they become defensive and shut down.
Messiah, beyond knowing the five love languages, what is a practical way to consistently apply this knowledge to make a partner feel truly seen and appreciated?
I think you should just try not to be a hurtful person. I think when you're in a relationship, you get a luxury to hurt somebody because they're close to you. And there's a part of you that knows they won't just leave you very quickly because they're in a relationship with you or in a marriage with you. I think it's really important to remember that you don't want to fail in kindness. You don't want to be a failure of love in the sense that you didn't speak lovingly, that you were hurting somebody, that you were critical. Too often, we don't do a love and kindness check for ourselves. Like how loving and kind were we when when we communicated that, when that person came home, when we needed to work through something. And so it's more just being aware of not wanting to hurt your partner or feeling like you're allowed to hurt them just because they love you or they're close to you.
Empowering answer, Messiah. Truly, truly empowering answer.
Thank
How do we reconcile the idealized fantasy of a perfect partner with the reality of a real flawed human being and when it's time to accept versus walk away?
I mean, when it's time to accept versus walk away, I think most of the time you should probably walk away. I don't think we're meant to accept people who are so flawed and who don't follow our vision. I mean, it's a little bit tricky, especially when you have children. So, hopefully, this is for people listening who don't yet have kids because it's such a simpler thing. But the truth is, even with children, it's better to leave situations that are abusive or dangerous or not peaceful or with active addiction than stay together for the kids and then have them see all of that insanity. So, the truth is, you have to ask yourself, like, what levels of pain am I feeling, and is there too many highs and lows? Stable relationships don't have highs and lows. They just have like challenges, but in general, it's more of a boring relationship, which is a good thing. Every day he comes home at the same time. You always know where he is. He calls you at the end of work. You're not confused where the money's going to come from at the end of rent. You're not confused or worried or unsure if he's going to be sober or if he's going to be drinking. It's like you really want stability and predictability and a boring life in the sense that you get joy and calm knowing what's going to happen as best as you can in a world that lots of other things aren't predictable. So that would be my suggestion. Be honest with yourself. It's okay to leave people, even though it's so painful, if they're not truly aligned with your values and your visions for life.
Messiah, as a dating and relationship expert, podcaster, as an author, what are your short term and long term goals?
My short term goals are to get clients. If you're a single, wealthy woman who wants to win in love, send me a
Yes.
DM on Instagram at Epic Love Expert. Short term goals are to really give women programs and information and genuine signs of healthy and unhealthy behavior and how to love yourself, courses and education to empower them with skills that they take into every area of their life to better and transform them. And then long term goals are to be one of the biggest relationship experts, to really give people the empowerment that you are 100% effed up and 100% lovable. A lot of people don't believe that they're 100% lovable because something has happened to them, because they had a addict father or this mother or that person passed away or this trauma. And it's okay. Like everyone's gone through it. You do not need someone who's broken or screwed up or also severely traumatized just because you've gone through certain things. Heal yourself and know that you're 100% lovable, and then attract someone who is stable and consistent and predictable and sober so you can allow your healing to go into another safe and healing space.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Shaya, and looking forward for more success.
Thank
And what
you.
would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to have love, love, love in their own life?
Definitely book a call with me. You can go to
Yes.
connect with chaya.com. So connect with chaya.com and book a call. Connect, get the coaching you deserve. This is your time to choose you. And so that's really the best way to learn how to love yourself, is having the right person guide you and coach you into all of the different ways that you can apply love and health and consistency in your life. So it's so much more natural to attract someone who will treat you the best because you're already doing that with yourself.
Yes, naturally, people. It's about to shine about your love, love, love. And Miss Shaya, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101 and Mental Health 101, Love Letters in third season, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Messiah, tell us, is the purpose of dating to find a lifelong partner, or is it learn about ourselves, that what we need through each connection, regardless of the outcome?
By default of life, you're going to hopefully learn from your mistakes. A lot of people do not learn from their mistakes, and so they repeat them. Ideally, dating is for marriage. You're not meant to intentionally invest all of your time, energy, money, heart, and soul into someone only for it to be ripped out and abandoned. So it makes only logical sense that if we're investing in someone, it's for long term, it's for consistency and growth and to compound and to get more connected. Nobody wants to be abandoned. Nobody wants to be left. Nobody wants to have a death in their life where someone that they invested so much in is all of a sudden gone. So, yes, dating is for the purpose of marriage and commitment. However, it's not always going to work out. And so then learn the lesson of what you need to heal and how you need to heal and what you need to work on so that you can get so clear on truly who you are and what you need, that when you do date the next one, you don't have to go through so much loss again and can stay married.
Yes, indeed. And one more. What is the most important lesson you learned from past relationship that changed how you approach love now, Miss Shaya?
That I am responsible for my happiness. I definitely used to think that he was responsible for my happiness, that he was a part of making me happy, that he was obligated to do certain things to make me happy. But the truth of the matter is, I am only in control of my mind. My mind is only in control of my emotions. And so I am fully responsible for taking care of my happiness and my joy and my needs and my expectations. And when you really attract a healthy person, they do all of those wonderful things for you. But life is full of flux, and sometimes people are available and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're feeling better, sometimes they're not. So to be dependent on another person to make you happy is essentially trapping yourself in a prison of disappointment for your whole life. So I learned that I'm responsible for my happiness. If I need something, I have to take myself out. I have to take myself out on a walk. I have to write myself love notes. I'm in my 8th year, very happily married, and I still buy myself my own flowers, take myself on my own walks, and give myself my own love notes because I am the one who's showing up into the relationship, not void of feeling okay, so that I can always be needy to him.
Miss Chaya Garcia, dating and relationship expert. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your podcast, your books, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Right now, we are running an amazing Epic Love Mastermind. It is a powerful space for successful women to attract everything good in their life: love, health, money, and truly understand how to have a roadmap back to you. So, if you've lost yourself in your career or in dating or in life, and you want a calm space where you're so clear on who you are and how to attract abundance in your life, in love, and in money, book a call with me. Go to www.connectwithchaya.com, connectwithchaya.com, and let's book a call and get you the life you deserve. Thank you so much, Daniel.
No worries at all. Let's support Miss Chaya Garcia, because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering love will come. So, Miss Chaya Garcia, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Such a pleasure to be on your podcast. I'm looking forward to speaking to you soon, and everyone else.
Yes, more to come, people. See you soon.
See you.